Welcome to Tuesdays with Andrea. Today we have special guest Jen Mendoza. Now, Jen Mendoza was on previously, but the footage was not usable. And so she's very kind and gracious to re-record. So welcome, Jen.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you. And we know each other because we're neighbors. Our kids go to the same school. It was funny because today, Jacob, you know, I have on my computer the guest of before I record each episode, and he goes, Jen and Ben, that is Ben's mom.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, that's Ben's mom.
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
that's Miss Jen to you.
Oh, that's so cute.
So Jen is a networking extraordinaire, and you are seriously the queen of networking. You're involved in so many activities. You are community oriented, but also business minded. And what I see of you is just a woman who's out there connecting and making things happen. And so can you share a little bit about some of those, the full scope of what you're involved with?
Sure. So yes, I wear many hats, but I take on, because I always have people ask me like, holy smokes, you're doing so many things. But when they all kind of interconnect with one another and help each other, it really doesn't feel like it's adding additional things to your plate. One that I work with now since last year when I was first on is WESOS, so Women Entrepreneurs Secrets of Success. So I started the South Aurora chapter last January and have grown it since then to nearly 90 members now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this thing is an amazing networking event for any type of entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur. I just went to an event that you had on Friday, and it's such a fabulous turnout. And it's almost like a leads group. Like you go with your business and you can make connections, but then you make real genuine connections with women who are going through the same things. It's very much needed.
Sure, yeah. So it's similar, but not like a leads group. Because because that segues. I'm actually the co-leader of an Aurora Chamber leads group. That's through the Aurora Chamber. So that is industry specific. So it's only one person per type of business.
Okay.
And you meet once a month, just like WESOS, but it's a much smaller network. We've just got 6 or 7 members. But with WESOS, that is for any woman. The membership is for the woman, not their business. You can have multiple businesses. You can work for the same company as another woman. It's not industry exclusive.
I love that. It's for the woman, not the business.
It's for the woman, and you can represent all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're nationwide. So there's a bunch here in Illinois. We've got some in Florida, Denver, Michigan. I mean, we've got virtual chapters. I just was asked to lead the Chicago virtual chapter. So that's something that anyone can attend, even if they're not doing in-person meetings, which is really awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so WESOS is phenomenal as far as something for women who are just starting a business, a woman who has a brick and mortar and let's say a realtor or a home baker, it really doesn't matter, or someone who wants to make a change in their business, realm of things, and maybe they're just looking for opportunities to volunteer somewhere or collaborate with one another. I mean, there's tons of collaborations that happen. Mm-hmm.
So that's WESOS. Mm-hmm. And then you have Moms4Moms.
So Moms4Moms Vendor Events, yes, that's something that it's an event planning service for women entrepreneurs in Aurora to showcase their business and be able to share with their local community what they have to offer. So my partner and friend and fellow mompreneur, Joni, we both started it in 2019 after her and I found ourselves going to like the school vendor events during the Christmas season, holiday season. And, we both thought like, man, I wish we could do this more often. Why do we always have to wait until November, December? So then in that spring...
So you wanted to host more events.
We wanted to host them, not just be a vendor.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, heck, if, this is... And at that time, I was only at home as a Norwex rep. I was home with my kids, or not my kids, but my youngest son. I was still home with him. My kindergartner wasn't in school yet. So we just thought, let's start doing this. And the first event we had in the spring, we had over 70 people, or we had 150 apply and over 70 actual vendors participate.
That's an amazing
And we had it
turnout.
at the Wheatlands Park. So we started doing that. But we just officially announced today, which is so funny, we are officially a non-for-profit.
Yay!
Yeah. So now we can hopefully be able to just bring so much more to the table in helping local women entrepreneurs. And
so
yeah,
that's
it's exciting.
an event of anyone who wants to be a vendor at these events that you're hosting.
Correct.
And how many do you have a year?
So, I mean, with COVID, just kind of,
Yeah.
we had none in 2020. We had 2 last year. I mean, between Joni and myself, we both have 7 kids
Yeah.
combined. She is self-employed, making soaps and Sudsy Bums LLC. That's her business. And then I have 2 other businesses that I
Okay,
run.
let's talk about those 2 now.
Yeah.
So what are the other 2?
So Moms4Moms, Norwex, independent consultant.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for 4 years. And then I'm a business development manager for Multiprint and Digital, a small woman-owned business, certified woman-owned business. So I've been in the promotional products industry before all this extra entrepreneurial things started happening. And it's all because of going through the waves and shifts of motherhood and being a businesswoman. So that's how all these other things kind of progressed into one another.
So let's go back to motherhood or even to grow. So give us a little bit of background of like, where did you grow up? What was your growing up experience like?
So I grew up on the northwest side of Chicago.
Okay.
My mother was a teen mom. So the first couple of years of my life was tough with her. I know she had mentioned we lived in a car, kind of bounced around from friends' houses and things like that. And then when she did meet someone, my ex-stepfather, because she's now divorced, it wasn't the best living situation. So there was a lot of abuse, physical, emotional, all of that sort of thing. So I grew up just having that I need to get out type of situation and feeling, and wanted her to feel empowered to be able to get out herself. And unfortunately, she didn't leave right away, but she did eventually, with the help of myself and my now husband, leave an abusive marriage of 20 years and made it out. But that was after I had already left and went to college and things like that.
Wow. So was it financial? Is it kind of, or was it more like psychological?
It was definitely financial.
Yeah.
Definitely financial, because she had 2 children with him, and so they were young as well. But I think psychological, just kind of that older mindset of, I can't leave. I really don't have anywhere to go. He's the breadwinner.
Yeah.
That.
That's
and
very common.
All very common. And I mean, I left at a young age. I left at 18 because I just couldn't take it anymore myself.
Is that what kind of inspired you to become so independent? And
I had no choice, really. You know, it was like, kind of like it's him or it's me sort of thing. And so then I left and went to school. I went to college, worked full time, and I've been on my own ever since.
what kind of mentality do you have to be able to do that? Like, this is it. This is the reality. Because I'm sure at that age, you still long for your mom. You still care for the relationship. But you have to make these choices. You know you're an adult now. And it's either him or me. And I'm going to choose me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think in the back of my head, not really knowing, I think I was doing what I needed to do for myself so that I could then later on be able to actually be there to help her. And it's kind of what happened, because once, I did graduate and was on my own, I actually had the means to be able to help her, financially if need be, or, find her that house to rent or the next, townhouse to buy, and, getting furniture.
Groceries, or I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and she was with my, younger brother at the time. He's now 22. But I mean, he was young. He was like 8, 9 years old when that was going on. So it was like, yeah, I want to help my mom. But at that point too, it was, okay, it's already been this long, and myself, my sister, we all dealt with it. Let's give this young one a chance. You know, let's change the cycle
narrative.
Yeah.
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 Do you feel like you've done that?
Oh, for sure. Because then she eventually, I got her to come out here because we moved to Aurora in 2009. So I just want to get away, just like do my own thing, start my own thing. And she followed shortly after her. I was like, come on, we'll go to school. He'll go to school out here.
Yeah.
And I just knew it would be better. They'd be further away from my stepdad. And yeah, it was better.
And does she have a good relationship with your kids now?
I actually haven't talked to my mom for about 2.5 years. COVID hasn't helped, but we have a very strained relationship.
Understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can understand and are probably experiencing in some ways complicated relationships. Maybe not with their mother.
Right.
I think that is unique to you. And I'm sorry that that's a burden you had to carry at such a young age. But I think that it's incredible to see how you use that, and how, to me, it's not ironic that you're dedicating your life to helping women today. Like,
yeah, I never thought of it like that. Yeah.
So
I definitely did. I mean, I thought I would do something with social work. Like I always said, like, I want to be able to help women and children. Mm-hmm. I did not go the social work route when I went to school, but I feel like now it's kind of like coming back to me in a different way because, I mean, Moms4Moms Vendor Events, and now the whole, WESOS, women empowerment, women supporting women.
And it's not just, like you said, it's not just like a leads group. It's not transactional. It's not just business oriented. This is truly a community of women. You don't even have to be like-minded, right? You can have a difference of opinion and style and essence and still be accepted and still want to connect with others. I think that's a very, very beautiful part.
Yeah, there's definitely like a no mean girls allowed sort of thing. And everyone is super welcoming. And I'm sure you felt it too, like at the meeting, like everyone's just super excited to see one another. Everyone, if someone has something new to bring to the table to talk about and share their wins with their business, or mention, hey, now we get to announce that at our next meeting, like, hey, Moms4Moms is a not-for-profit now. And
so if anyone's listening and maybe they don't live locally, right? What do they do if they want to get involved?
With Moms4Moms?
Or WESOS?
Or WESOS, just contact me. We are on Facebook, Moms4Moms Vendor Events. And we're also on Spots on the Fox, which is a partner of Moms4Moms, as well as
She's going to be
WESOS.
on the podcast too.
That's so awesome. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're super happy to have Spots on the Fox be our partner. But yeah, I talked to her about joining WESOS, and now they're partners with WESOS. So I'm like, see what happens. all the collaboration and just all the good that's happening, because I swear, like, Aurora is a hub for women entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
There are so many of us, and I feel like there are resources out there that women just are not aware of, and feel like they're starting things out on their own, and you do not have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, there are.
So what other resources are out there?
So I know there's the Women Business Development Center.
Yes, that's a great resource.
It's a really great resource. And there is the Aurora Women's Empowerment Foundation that's based here in Aurora. So
I've never heard of that one.
I hadn't either, but they had reached out to me and saw what was going on with WESOS South Aurora and wanted to chat with me about that, and also because of the Moms4Moms Vendor Events. So I'm going to meet with the board sometime in the next couple of months, so that'll be exciting to learn more information about them, because I think that's another untapped resource.
Yeah.
For sure.
Available, but maybe not utilized fully. what stops women from reaching out and connecting normally? Do you ever have women who are like scared or shy, or what, do they ever share that with you, or can you see it in some of the women that you talk to?
Oh yeah, like definitely, like especially going through that process of having these one-on-one meetings and connections with women over the course of last January to this January. Every time I, meet someone or someone reaches out to me to learn more about what WESOS is and how to join the South Aurora chapter, I get the chance to speak with them for at least an hour or so. So doing that with nearly 90 women, I've heard lots of stories, hearing about what makes them do what they do, what their passion is, and just explaining and sharing with them different instances where I've seen other people in the same kind of situation grow and where they started and where they are now. I mean, I could name drop so many women just from being in the chapter for that, being a part of WESOS network.
Yeah.
Just for that 1 year. I think what keeps them from doing it is, one, they don't think what they have to offer is like business worthy, or they're like, oh, that's just like a little something I do on the side.
It's not enough. It's not special enough or marketable enough.
Right. Or they just feel like, oh gosh, I'm a mom. I have a job. I don't know how I could even like appropriately manage it all. And I'm like, well, sit down, let me tell you. Like 3 businesses, 3 kids, and still doing, volunteer work, like with Kiwanis, or
because you're the president of Kiwanis now.
The Greater Fox Valley Area Kiwanis.
Wow.
Yes.
And what is Kiwanis?
So Kiwanis is an international organization that is basically, the purpose is to help children in your local area. So we, as a group, decided, as a brand new club, because there is an Aurora Kiwanis Club, there's an Oswego Kiwanis Club, they're everywhere. They needed another one, like a subsidiary, another one in our Fox Valley area. So we came up with the name Greater Fox Valley Area, and we wanted to make a name for ourselves and kind of pick a specific niche that we can hone in on. So we want to kind of focus on the special needs children. So we are wanting to, we meet once a month in person, and then do like a Zoom meeting for networking kind of. And this year we're wanting to meet at different places, like doing like little field trips.
Okay.
So a live center, I'm looking at you. I may ask them, like, hey, can we...
Oh, snap, a live center.
Yeah. Hey, can we host our nightly meeting here? And then they can talk to us about what they provide. We're having our February meeting at Talking Cities Aurora, who we had just met last Friday, because they want to know about Kiwanis, Greater Fox Valley area. So then they'll be able to share with us what Talking Cities Aurora does. So it's mutually beneficial. And it's also a way for us to become known in the community. We have been meeting all of last year since we started in March. We'd been meeting at Fox Valley Mall at the My Perks Lounge. But I think this would be a lot better in helping us grow awareness and momentum.
Yeah. So it makes sense, though, in hearing all of these organizations and groups that you're involved in, how they merge together so well, and how one connection here can really help and support and another, and how it just creates stronger roots.
Definitely.
Like it just helps you understand what are the resources around me, who are the people and the connections that can aid these missions and purposes. And ultimately it benefits the women that you're connected with, and the women that, come. That's the other thing is, it's almost like immediately tapping into a wider network and a group behind them.
Oh, definitely.
But I like what you were saying, how women don't feel like they're worthy. They don't understand how they can manage. And that's reasonable. I remember being in that stage where I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I felt like that was it. Like at that time, that was it. My kids mattered, and nothing else in the world mattered.
I did
other
nothing
than being
during
a
that
wife
time.
and mom. And I loved that time. But then I remember after about 3 years of it, I'm like, I need to do more. I need to work. I need to get out. I need to get out of the house.
That's exactly what I went through. It's exactly what I went through.
So tell me about that time for you.
Well, I had 3 kids in 3 years. I mean, when you look at the years, it was like 2012 till 2015. I had my 3 kids. And I mean, I was home, and that was it. Like, that was my life.
Did you love that time?
I did. I mean, I always worked. I worked. The kids were in daycare. I always worked. I did try a very small portion of time. I tried being at home. And what came of that was Moms4Moms.
You're still working.
Yeah. So I just can't, it's just not.
It's ingrained in you.
Yeah. So I just knew that, I was limited in what I could do, but I didn't dwell on it. I knew that my time would come. And as soon as...
That's really important that you just said, I knew my time would come. What do you mean by that?
Well, I knew that I had plans to do something. Didn't know what they were, but I knew that I was going to do something after my kids would go off to school.
Okay.
And I just, if I'm the kind of person, if I don't see something that I would like to see, I end up just kind of initiating and creating it.
You make it happen. You create your own reality.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I had ideas of different things that I would like to see. And it just, I had to quit a job because I'd have to travel too much, and after doing it while the kids were still small enough and not in school, that was fun. That's where I gained like my promotional products kind of background in the industry. But then once they went to school, I couldn't do that because it wasn't easy for traveling.
Yeah.
So then I kind of transitioned, and I mean, it went in waves. And that was another reason why I really felt the strong need to open my own WESOS chapter so that I could share that with the people that I would be talking to about potentially wanting to join and say, hey, I went through this. And I knew so many women through my Moms4Moms Vendor Events that I reached out to a lot of them and said, hey, do you want to join this? So that's why we had like 50 members before we even had our first in-person meeting. Because these women were like, all right, I think she's gonna do what she said she's gonna do. And, it's gonna be great, because I was so like passionate, enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that person can connect with that person, and then they can make that magic. Yeah. And just sitting there thinking, these people are going to be in a room with 40 to 50 people, even if they're just coming to my meeting, and don't go to other ones. But if you go to all the other ones too, when you're a member of WESOS, you can attend any chapter meeting, not just the one you join with.
So is it all through the country?
But there's like 11 of them in Illinois.
Okay, so there's 11 in Illinois, and you can attend any chapter meeting.
And if you travel, say you go to Florida, there's about 5, 6 maybe.
Groups?
Different chapters in Florida. So like if you're traveling to Florida and you're like, hey, it just so happens to be a WESOS meeting that day, you can do that.
It's a sisterhood.
It is a sisterhood. And there's 3 virtual chapters. So anyone can attend those.
Okay.
That's worldwide.
And all they got to do is contact you?
They can just contact me.
Yes. I mean, that's awesome. So talk about the impact and change that it's had on your life. What is the result of it? And it doesn't have to be professionally. It could be personally. It could be anything of getting involved or being involved. And maybe even not WESOS specifically, but just doing this work of connecting women and creating greater good for your community and for people's economic livelihoods and business impact. You just want to make a positive impact. What does that do for you?
So I had been pondering, because like I told you prior, I'm going to be speaking at a WESOS Geneva meeting, and I've never been a speaker before. So I was like, what am I going to talk about? So I came up and thought about that whole creating your purpose through your passion. And I'm like, I may have gone to university and got my master's in like cultural anthropology and, international studies, but here I am finding this purpose and joy in women entrepreneurship. And specifically like in my community and in Aurora. And I'm like, maybe that's just what I was supposed to do. Help women become more independent of themselves through their businesses, and just show them that it's not as scary as they think, and that with the support of all of these other women, you can't not do anything except succeed.
Yeah.
You have so many opportunities that come to you that you would not have otherwise known about. You know, you've got your support system already built in. Like WESOS is a game changer for sure for anyone with a business. I mean, you've got outside salespeople pretty much promoting you all the time.
Yeah.
You're getting education to help your business. I mean, your stellar performance last Friday had everybody like, let me find me a Gen Zer to help with my, you know, my social media and everything. So, I mean, there's just so much benefit to it.
Yeah, there is. There's so much benefit. So where do you want to take this? Do you want to grow WESOS? Do you want to grow the nonprofit? Do you want
I want to do it all. What are you talking about?
I want to do it all.
I want to do it all. Yeah. No, Joni and I have big plans. We have goals and plans for Moms4Moms. And I think with the help of each other and with WESOS too, because we've got this tapped in network of women, it'll grow even sooner because of that support.
And so for Moms4Moms, what qualifies a vendor? Like what are the main criteria that you need? Let's say I
just have to be a woman, pretty much.
And make something, provide something?
Anything.
What if they're not good with marketing themselves? I'm just throwing something out there now, but
Yeah.
like how, so I'm a woman and I'm interested in WESOS or Moms4Moms. Maybe I create art and
Sure.
that's my product
Yeah.
or something. I'm an artist. What do I contact you and then just start putting them on display at these events?
So
And do I pay a fee?
Yeah, so all the particular vendor events are depending on what the venue charges. That's kind of dependent on what the vendor registration fees are. There's obviously costs involved for Joni and I for the vendor fee, insurance, marketing, things like that. The size of the space that we have also depends on cost too. So if we can fit 30 versus 60 vendors, the more vendors you can fit, the cheaper
It is
the cost is. And that's another reason too, because, you know, we want to make it affordable for women. You know, there's a lot we've seen since 2019 when we first started, there weren't really vendor events. Now they're like popping up everywhere. And we see the cost of some of them and we're like, holy cow, this is crazy. We can't expect people to want to do them back to back to back when you've got a high vendor registration fee.
Yeah. If you're paying $500 for a table.
Oh, goodness, no, it would never be that much. No. When we first started, it was like 30, 45, 55, 65.
Oh, that's doable.
Oh, yeah. No, we try to keep it very, very, very economical. But we are planning on 3 events this year. Typically like to keep a couple months in between because it gives us enough time to properly market. We also don't want to have the same repeat vendors all of the time. So if we had all of them listed, we'd have everybody say, oh, bing, 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 I signed up for all of them. And then it wouldn't allow for other people that might hear about us on this podcast.
Yeah.
Or, you know, at a different chapter meeting. It doesn't matter what kind of business you do. If you're a service, if you offer a product that you are an artisan, you hand make something. If you work for a nonprofit and you're just wanting to get people to know about your organization, you're just getting a space.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
there's no other requirement.
You're offering the platform.
Offering the platform. Yes.
Of that.
I have an online platform too.
What is it? No.
So it's called Women Entrepreneurs of Aurora, and it's a Facebook group. I believe you're in it.
WEA?
WEOA.
Okay.
I don't use the acronym a whole lot, but
Okay, that's how I remember things.
yes,
Their acronyms.
yes. So Women Entrepreneurs of Aurora, and I also had revitalized a page that was originally like a mom's selling and buying kind of site, because those were big when my kids were smaller.
Oh man, this is the only communication I did was like, hey, you want to get this crib for me, like
for free? You want to trade for a pack of onesies? Like,
do you remember when Buku
Yeah.
started out? That it was like that was it. It was like garage selling for moms, basically.
And that's still going around. I heard people still going to that.
Yeah.
So I had a page for like 7 years, and last year I renamed it, repurposed it, and created Women Entrepreneurs of Aurora, because me having 3 businesses, and you know, a lot of people go into different groups, Facebook groups, to promote themselves. Mm-hmm. Well, you can either do it once every week or
Girl,
whatever.
you are good at that. I see your Facebook name in so many different groups. Like,
well, it's because I was in those groups when they were like sale groups.
Hey. So that's awesome.
So yeah, my group is a platform
Yes.
for women entrepreneurs or business owners, whatever, to post on specific days of the week, depending on what their business type is. So if you have 3 businesses and they're different types of business, you can post Mondays and Thursdays if you're a service provider, Tuesdays and Fridays if you're a direct sales rep. And Wednesday and Saturday if you're an artisan. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday is for anyone to post any upcoming events.
And I like it because it distributes kind of the craft or the work that you do nicely.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're
Just
blogging
everything.
the feeds. Yeah.
Just everything. Yeah. And I approve everything to make sure, because a lot of people post and it's not on the day. So then I just wait until the next day or whatever day it is, you know, and then I approve it. So, I mean, but it's a free way to have social media help you.
So what is this group? Women
Entrepreneurs of Aurora.
of Aurora. Okay. I'll put the link on there.
I have another one for Chicago too, but Women Entrepreneurs of Aurora is kind of like it's a platform too where I share things about WESOS South Aurora and
I'm thinking like my
Kiwanis,
sister, her and her business partner published a book. You can go on there and promote that too, right?
We have our authors.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Victoria Maldonado, yeah.
Woo woo. So, I mean, what does your family say about this? What does your husband and your kids say? Do they get tired of you working all the time? Do they love this? Does this...
My kids think it's cool.
Yeah.
My kids are like, my mom's so cool. She does
knows
this, and
everybody.
this. She does this, and this. My husband's super supportive. I don't think he grasps the entire idea of everything that I do. But, he helps me with events.
Because you do it so well. Like, you know, I don't know. I really don't know how you do it all. How do you do it?
Well, I always say, it's like it's only one event every couple of months, you know, for Moms4Moms. Kiwanis meetings are once a month in person. Mm-hmm. So it's not like this is a everyday sort of thing.
Okay.
You know, so although everything is always top of mind and my radar is always like, you know, thinking of different things, it's not something that I have to actively show up for every single day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is supported through Facebook, the social media platform. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is, you know. WESOS South Aurora was born out of Zoom.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because it started during COVID.
It started during COVID.
Mm-hmm. This chapter, yeah.
Yeah, this chapter did. No, WESOS network
has been around
10 years as of last year. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of you running the group and starting it.
The South Aurora chapter, yes. Yeah, it was all via Zoom. We had our first Zoom meeting March. I was announced as the chapter being started in January. First Zoom meeting was March. We had 50 people. And then the first in-person was April.
Do you ever get anxiety from the pressure of keeping it going, of continually doing outreach and media postings and then picking your kids up from school? Do you ever have those moments of this is a lot of weight to bear?
Heck yeah. Yes. And it's typically, and my partner Joni can contest to this is usually leading up, like the week leading up to an event. Mm-hmm. I've gotten really stressed out.
Like for me, I get really anxious even during podcasting interviews. Once I'm in the chair, I'm fine. This is great. But I always still get a little bit nervous.
Leading up to
but
it.
I can imagine I've produced tons of events, but like, man, what do you do? How do you deal with it?
So I know, like, when I first started doing everything, the first time I was a little nervous. WESOS definitely helped me with losing that kind of scaredness that through public speaking, because when you're at the meetings, you have to public speak in front of everyone in the room and say what you do. Attending WESOS meetings, years past, I kind of built that up, but I was terrified. Lots of people are like, oh my gosh, I have to speak for 30 seconds. And it's like, by the time you start talking, people get the hook. You're like, stop talking. So I don't take myself seriously. And I'm just like really laid back with things, because I used to be the other way, very high strung, very like everything needs to be a certain way.
Buttoned.
Yes. And I think having the kids helped me.
Yeah, there's no other choice.
Yeah. So I'm still pretty.
You're still orderly and you're still on top of things
Sure.
and you're still scheduled and regimented. Do you have like a routine or a process that helps you, or any tools that help you stay organized?
If I had $1 for every time someone asked me
Do you?
tools, I would just say, like, if there's certain things that I need to maybe get out there and post to different places.
Yeah, like do you use like Hootsuite
Notepad.
or something?
No,
Notepad?
just my phone.
Oh yeah, I use my notepad. My notepad.
That is like, that is my grocery list. That's my itinerary.
Yeah.
That's my lists. I make my daily lists, weekly lists.
Yes. Can
my
we
goals.
give Apple Notepad some
Notepad.
shout out right now?
Whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo. What would we do without it?
I don't know.
You know what I like about it? Because it also syncs to my Mac or my phone. And so I can access it virtually on any device that I have.
Besides my actual kind of 9 to 5, quote unquote, that's all pretty much kind of on my laptop. But like everything else, I manage and do from my phone.
Yeah.
So the emails, the posts, the graphics for everything.
Even graphics?
Even the graphics. It's all from my phone.
Wow. Do you use Canva for graphics?
I do.
I know. I love Canva.
I use Canva, and then there's another one, Photify. I had been using Photify, but now I like Canva.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's a tool. Canva's a tool.
It's an app, yeah.
And an app. So what else? Anything else for anyone who's listening? What do you want them to know about you and the work that you're doing? What do you want to leave with listeners?
Leave with listeners. I'm really cool. I like to get
Very
to know
cool.
people. If you want to learn how you can grow your business, grow your network, grow your visibility via promotional products, via networking with other women.
What are the promotional products really quick
So
that you can offer?
anything you need to put your logo on.
Like hats, merchandise?
Merchandise.
So if I want to create merchandise for the podcast.
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
So we do, we can create websites. We manage SEO, social media. I focus on the promotional products. So people always just think like your pens and your business cards and anything that you need. So why I thought that would be a great tool for me to be able to offer these women in these networking in WESOS is because if they've never done a vendor event before, I can now get them the table cover. I can get them the retractable banners. I can get them, the apparel and the clothing and
Yeah, you can get them set up for the
them
booth.
all that kind of stuff, and things that they want to give to people. So if they want to put stickers on their boxes or have boxes or have
That's so
anything,
smart,
all of
Jen.
it. Yeah.
Full service.
Full service. I'm your one-stop shop, legit, if you're trying to grow your business.
Okay, so next season, y'all, you're gonna see some merch.
Yeah. I want to get some merch for Moms4Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Spots on the Fox. We're listed as a partner of theirs, so anyone who is interested in joining Spots on the Fox, they can use Moms4Moms promo code
Okay.
and save.
Through
if they want to have their own spot on there.
Nice. Then just go to you too for that, or?
Yeah, or they can go to Spots on the Fox and look up Moms4Moms Vendor Events, or go to our Facebook page, Moms4Moms Vendor Events.
And then they just mention this, and then they get the promo code.
It's listed on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, people can find me on Facebook, Jen Mendoza. I've got a couple different emails, but also Mendoza.wesos, WESOS,
Okay.
@gmail.com.
And that's where they can reach out to. Anything else that you want to leave with listeners?
Yes, I want to say that, whether you're a mom in business or you're a pet mom in business and you feel like you've got too much responsibility at home, you can do it.
You can do it.
You can still do it. And you'll be happy you did, because it may not just be as hard as you think it is.
But what if they think it is hard and they think they can't do it?
Just have them talk to me. Just have them talk to me.
And then what do you say to them?
I just tell them, I just have so many examples to
Yeah.
be able to,
That's the other
just
nice
talking
thing
to someone.
is there are so many women and so many examples of everybody's situation that you can find that story. You can find the how, right? Just looking at the different women who are involved.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also too, there's other factors that might keep people a little hesitant to doing things like that. I mean, there's just different personalities, or just the overwhelmed sense like you spoke of. I mean, so there's different things, but guaranteed we've got a WESOS woman to help you with any of those issues you might have.
You heard her, y'all. Come to WESOS. Or come to her directly, because she will certainly know which group to get involved with and which area would be of most benefit and interest to you, right? And that's also, I think, key, is that you take time to know each woman. You take time to learn about what are the needs and the priorities, and then being able to understand where are the pathways to connect.
For sure. Yeah. And that's the beauty of WESOS. That's kind of the foundation, is getting to know all the sisters. We call WESOS sisters, getting to know all those women on a one-to-one basis. And then everything that comes later on just naturally comes, because once you get to know the person, you become friends.
Yeah.
You obviously want to help support their business.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a natural thing. So yeah, it's a completely different concept than like a leads group or other types of groups like that, because I've been in them. And I'm currently in.
And I love it. I love that this is the work you're doing. I love that you're doing this work. I love that you have the ability to make all of these active connections. And I want to be able to help you do that too. So
I
whatever,
appreciate that.
Whatever we can do, and vice versa.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's a wrap.
Woohoo.
Woo-hoo! Thank you for listening to Tuesdays with Andrea. There are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, and I appreciate you making the time to listen to mine. If you like this show and want to know more, check out TuesdaysWithAndrea.com, or please leave a review on iTunes or drop a line in the YouTube comments section. Until next time, please stay kind in your mind, nice on the web, and stay hella hopeful in your heart.